So next I wanted to ask you was that once again from the co-working business point of view, that uh, like co-working right now is a buzzword, like everyone is speaking about it, especially corona has given a very big boost to the industry as a whole. As in I'm
Right.
not talking about the revenues, but I'm talking about the word being out, the word of mouth spreading, that
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
this as an industry exists. Now I want to ask you is that in every industry there is a lag time. Now, what this lag time essentially means is that there is a certain number of years. You can tell there are X years, and this is the
Hmm.
gap between the product being heard in the market, like people are talking about it, and people actually using it. So the difference
Correct.
between this point A to point B is certain number of years. For few industries, it's 2 years, it's 5 years, it's 10 years. Co-working spaces has definitely reached a stage wherein people are talking about it. I'm not sure
Right.
whether it has reached point B wherein it has become the mainstream source of
Hmm.
work wherein everyone is paying for it and all. But according to you, how much is the lag time? I mean, how much would be the lag time in the co-working industry? Like right now, people know about it, people are talking about
Hmm.
it. But
Hmm.
if I wanted to ask you the precise question, where do you put numbers to? Like 2022, 2024, what would be the year wherein co-working would be the mainstream? Like if I get out of my colony, I meet four uncle on the way who are going to their co-working spaces. That is called mainstream. So how much do you think
Understood.
are we waiting for that?
I think co-working is not something new in the metro cities. Everybody knows about it, and
Yeah,
everybody always has, A and B, have my own space or co-working right from the beginning of
yeah,
their startups.
yeah.
But I can talk about Baroda. I can talk about Baroda. I've been doing this co-working marketing advertising. I've been hosting people who come here, inquiring about what co-working is about, how do you go about it, and everything. So I think so. I can only say, as a business point of view, as a startup, I would say, I wouldn't say, I wouldn't even use business because it's a little heavier term. As a startup, I think at around 1 year you have to give to your startup to reach from A to B.
Okay.
I think that is acceptable 1 year, and it also depends. And if it takes more than 1 year, I think there is some kind of a lacuna in you putting the word out there, because
Yeah,
I guess 1 year is also being very generous. It should
yeah,
be like 2-3 months now with Facebook advertising everybody on their mobile phones all the time. If you are not putting out an ad there or making people aware about co-working and it being on their mobile devices, I think there is some kind of issue. So just in a general term, I guess 1 year you should give yourself, so that you are not stressed out or burned out. Okay, okay, shit, yeah, I'm not, making progress, or people have not, started to join the space. So I guess 1 year is a good time just to put a specific number out there. And within 1 year, even for a place like Baroda, it should be good enough time for people to know or go visit some of the spaces, do a research on the web, see what people are offering outside, what they're getting in Baroda, and probably come and sign up.
yeah.
Because it's
Understood.
there is no rocket science in choosing a co-working space. It's like paying for what you're using. You
Yeah,
would either buy your own space, furnish it out, find everything and do. And if you think that is too much for you, you would have an option like a co-working space where you come and work.
yeah. Understood.
So it's not something very difficult, or it's not like a product you have to use or have a medical test done. Is it good? Is it bad? It's the most basic requirement, and
Understood.
it's what you see, what you're going to use. There is nothing hidden here.
Yeah.
So I
But
guess that's
yeah,
what.
continuing to this question, like I get your point, what you said about 1 year thing, but I have a question, which is that you might be knowing that, I don't quote me on the numbers, but somewhere in the 1990s or somewhere, there was a very big mall, and it was the first of the kind created in Baroda. And that mall, for the first time, I think so in Gujarat, that mall for the first time had got an escalator steps.
All
So
right.
that was the first mall somewhere in the 1990s that got the real escalator thing in Gujarat, and that being in Baroda. What happened was that that mall was mainly into FMCG goods, like vegetables, fruits, and also all your products and all. Um,
Okay.
but right now, if you look at it, that is the mainstream. Like anyone wants to buy any commodity, they straight up go to some mall, Reliance Fresh or any other mall, and they pick up things because they know it's cheap over there, because they buy in bulk and all. Back in the day, people were clueless about what is this escalator thing, what is this, why are we going into such a big institution just to buy a small thing like a vegetable or a packet of food and all. That business was great, that model was great, that structure of a mall with an escalator was great, but it was ahead of its time. That mall had to shut down, it went out of business. 5 years, 7 years after that incident happening, that thing became the norm. Right now everyone in Baroda frequently visits mall to buy their goods and all. Do you think in any chances is co-working as a business ahead of its time, especially in a city like Baroda? Like, I'm not talking about the metros, because there obviously it will touch its break even if a few customers come and pay. But in tier 2, tier 3 cities, not specifically Baroda, but I'm talking about all the tier 2, tier 3 cities, do you think it is still an ahead of its time business, like in any way?
See, when you talk about a business being ahead of its time, it has to be taken into a totality of metros, tier one, tier two, anyway, because everything is available. Like you told me yesterday, that everything is available on a click of Google.
Yeah.
So to say it's ahead of its time and in a city specific way would be wrong. The only thing is awareness.
Yeah.
What tier 2, tier 3 cities don't have is awareness. So business is quite outdated. I wouldn't say that co-working is like a new thing.
Yeah.
Because somebody would have someone in a metro city who's using that service and they would know about it, but they wouldn't know in depth about it.
Yeah.
Okay, he goes to a co-working space. You heard it because it doesn't matter to you. You don't dig deep and want to know more, but you're aware of it. Everybody is aware of it. So in other way, there must have been government institutions who would have, give such shared spaces to industries who are based in the industrial development area, who just have manufacturing spaces but who do not have proper meeting spaces.
Yeah.
So there should be government institutions in every city where industrialists would take up a space to meet a bigger entity to pitch them a product or get business from them. So shared workspaces have been there. Co-working is the same thing packaged in a new way, and which appeals more to millennials, Generation Z, and the ones who are aware of design and believe aesthetic is important.
Yeah.
So I would say that it's just awareness in tier 2, tier 3 cities that has to be done rigorously. There should be hammer marketing. Someone has to take up the cause of co-working and make it reach to the people. More and more newspapers and podcasts and interviews like you should actually, I'm so glad you're doing this, so that it may in some way reach to people. Or there should be newspaper articles, bloggers who should come to us and make this a hot topic and put it out there, because people follow bloggers and that's how they would know something new is happening.
Yeah. Got
so
it.
That is required. Everyone has to come together to make this, because it's for everybody. Co-working space, it's not like my company is a specific service provider company and I'm asking a blogger to come and promote it. No, whatever she's going to do, she can do it from here. A blogger can come and write blogs here, and also her blog could bring other people come here. So whatever you're doing is it's like a social service, I guess, more like a community service. The co-working spaces are, of course, when it's brought in business, it will look at making money or investing again and making it a solid model rather than just being something which is like a non-profit. It's not like a non-profit thing, but it is something to be taken into consideration. So awareness, I guess, is important in tier 2, tier 3 cities, and everybody's using highest model of cars, everybody's using fanciest of mobiles. So there is nothing that is left to reach to tier 2, tier 3 cities with the digital media and internet. So that would be something.
But over here, so two things. Number one, I really like that blogger's point of view. What you said was that if tomorrow a blogger comes and covers your space, that okay, this guy is running this co-working space, it's for sure good for you because your space is getting covered in the media and all. But it is also good for the industry as a whole, because people would get the general sense that okay, co-working spaces as a thing exists, and as much as benefit it would do to you, it would do a benefit to all the other players as well, because their model would also get boosted. So that's something which I really like. But about the money part of you, there's a major difference between someone being aware about something and someone purchasing that thing, and I'll explain you how. Yesterday, I was recording a podcast with a writer, an author, and she said something around the lines of, so we were discussing about this thing that people taking up books and pirating them online, pirated copies and all, and people actually downloading them for free and reading. We were talking something around the lines of that. She said something which was that people really respect authors, people genuinely respect the work that they do, But people, especially in India, are not that much concerned with paying the authors for their work. Like they genuinely like the work that they are doing, but even if they have the money, even if they have 500 rupees in their pocket, they would prefer spending it on a movie rather than a book, just for the per se that book to free mein bhi mil jayega. And you know who invests on a book? Because book, once you read it, it gets over. So there is this mentality in the book segment as a whole. Do you think that awareness to consumer wala theory, that you know people are aware about the co-working space but still they are not willing to pay for it, that is still something that can put it ahead of its time right now? Like I get the point that you said that people need the hammer marketing concept, that you know it needs to be put out, the word needs to be there, but just on the fact that it's not still there, like the marketing is not getting done till now. Do you think like even by 6 months or 12 months it's still ahead of its time?
See, the awareness and consuming the product, the onus lies on the one who's actually providing the service. So if people are not buying my product, there has to be some shortcoming from my end that they are not buying it. Okay, either I'm not elaborate with what I'm saying or promoting, or maybe my pricing is high, or maybe I'm not delivering as much I'm talking about. So I guess to get that is how that is what separates entrepreneurs from other people,
Yeah,
that they make something happen.
yeah,
They'll do every bit of work to get their thing out there, done, consumed, or taken as a
yeah.
service.
But
So then maybe I should
yeah,
change my offers. Maybe I should collaborate with a platform which can have a reach of a multiple number of people. Just take an
yeah,
example of the
I
author
got it.
thing. Okay. Huh, yeah.
Yeah, I
So
got it.
if
But
you need me to
uh,
elaborate.
yeah, I need you to elaborate, but on a specific tone, which is that you said that as entrepreneurs, that distinguishes you from businessmen. That you know you fight the spirit, you actually overcome the
Hmm,
challenges and
hmm,
all.
hmm.
But I would tell you a challenge which a lot of co-working entrepreneurs are not able to overcome, and it's not even their fault. Like this is just the fault of the
Yeah,
market, that it's built in such a way. And that fault is that people generally have this mentality that uh, anything new, like you know anything on the internet, anything like a co-working space is generally cheap. Like for someone who is going out to buy an office space,
right.
he won't mind paying 25-30 lakhs, because that thing is imbibed in them that real estate is by its very core expensive. If you want to buy real estate, you need to shell out that much amount of money. That thing is not yet instilled in any of the internet products, in any of the things like co-working spaces, because people think that okay, this is you know a very new thing, so it needs to be done in very less money. That same mentality which people have with
Yeah.
internet advertising. Like there are companies who won't mind paying crores and crores of rupees on TV advertising, but when it comes to digital, even spending 10 more lakh rupees, they would think that why is this getting expend, like because they have a mentality that digital hai to sasta hi hoga. And that is the same
Right.
mentality which I think is there in the co-working market. And beyond a point, you cannot reduce your prices because you need to
Of
sustain your
course.
business, right? So how
Right.
do you fight this mentality? Because consumers come with a very imbibed mentality that just because this is a co-working space, I'm going to get a desk for a very small rate. And as much as you try to make that rate very small, you cannot go beyond a point. Like, you know, you need to meet your ends. So how do you
Right.
fight
Right.
this
Right.
mentality? Because this does not even come into your entrepreneur fighting mentality. This is something very basic.
Basic. Yeah. So I guess you also need to understand maybe your service is not for everybody. Everybody can come here and ask about it, but it's not for everybody. But that should not make you stop cutting the narrative to everybody.
Yeah.
So someone with the narrative will join, will come on board, someone will not.
Yeah.
So what we as a so one, our product also has to be rational. Of course, if they're giving a fancier table, that doesn't mean that we tell them कि okay, आप अगर table लगाते तो आप तो normal कोई लगा देते, हम तो आपको ऐसा table दे रहे हैं. No, that is my choice of having what kind of furniture that I want. The service, the price has to be comparable. I can actually give anybody who's coming here an analysis of how much you would pay in your own office and how much you would pay here eventually, and how it's going to save your cost. I
Yeah.
can put a pie chart, or I can put a histogram or something and make them
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah.
This month you will pay for this, you pay for this, you pay for this. So your monthly expenditure at your own office will be this much. Plus, what you're not considering is that you'll have to do everything by your own self. Okay,
Yeah.
and I'm giving all of this here at this price, which is which is discounted than what you would do on your own. Plus, you don't have to take care of anything.
Yeah.
Every minute of your time that you're going to work is going to be focused on getting yourself better.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know, compare two examples where I have to take care of everything by my own, and I'm putting some amount of time into that. So
Yeah.
that amount that I'm putting into something which is not my business is going to get me lesser growth or success. And against that, if I'm putting my time into working, I'm anywhere earning more per minute, per hour, or per day, and I'm shelving out some part of money into, you know, giving it to a co-working space because they're taking care of everything.
Yeah.
So that understanding should also be there.
Yeah.
That if it's not matching your idea of desk का price 2000 है, आप मुझसे 7000 क्यों ले रहे हो या 10000 क्यों ले रहे हो, 12000 क्यों ले रहे हो, तो there is a addition of everything,
Yeah.
which brings the price of a unit.
Yeah.
So
I get
our
that.
narrative has to be clear.
Yeah.